afternoon. Thanks for joining us here on Midday Kentucky. Troy is off again. He will be back here tomorrow, but a special treat. We have David Goldman back from Bluegrass Medical Aesthetics. Thanks for coming in.
Thanks, guys, for having me. I miss Troy. You all
I know. I miss Troy too, but he'll be back tomorrow.
Maybe not the total package. I'm kidding. He's hard on me sometimes, so this is my chance to kind of stick it to him.
He will come back hard.
He will, and he's probably watching right now, honestly.
He's probably watching the live stream.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, he knows what's up.
Well, we will see Troy back tomorrow, but while we have David here, we wanted to bring up a topic we talk about a lot, we can't quite relate to. We talk about a lot of love stories and engagement stories, and we learned yesterday David is engaged.
I am a man of love.
Yes. A man of love.
It is
a lover,
true.
Not a fighter.
It is true.
We know what your dream wedding is like after yesterday.
You know,
yes.
I'm going to do the surprise. You guys will think you're coming over to a barbecue, and boom, the band's playing, and we're having a great time.
You are a true romantic. Well, I saw this blog online. It was 10 things to stop saying to engaged people. So we picked 5 of them. We'll pop them up on the screen here. The first thing is nice job.
Yeah, I had a couple
Did people
of those.
say this to you?
I had
Are
a
you
couple
confused
of those.
by it?
You know, people were like, you know, because I've got this beautiful, wonderful attorney fiance.
Ooh.
And
what's she doing with you?
Tricks.
No, I'm kidding.
You know? And, you know, she, when people finally were like, you're engaged, it was like, okay, about time. You know, so with me, I'm lucky she stayed.
I bet you about time's on the list.
It's about time.
Okay.
A lot of people are looking for me. They're like, when's the date?
Have you set a date yet?
We haven't set a date because I'll tell you guys, the venue process is insane. They're like, you want a venue in 6 months? Grow up.
You're crazy.
Yeah. You want a venue in 9 months? Listen, nice try.
Yeah,
you
know, want to get married on a Thursday
well,
night? We squeeze you in.
Yeah,
we have
we had a
this
cancellation.
luxurious Midday Kentucky venue. Troy could marry you.
You know what? I think that would be awesome.
Over it.
You know, she might like that. She might. Well, yeah.
Well, the next one is: are you shredding for the wedding? Are people asking you that?
I mean, is it obvious, you all? You think this just happens?
I'm year-round. I'm year-round fit.
Right. It's like anytime this
I
marriage
don't
could
need
just
an
go
occasion.
boom. Again, I told you all I'd surprise you with it.
It is easier for us gentlemen.
Well, this next one, I didn't get my save the date in the mail, or I didn't get my save the date. Is it in the mail? And I know you haven't set the date, but are you getting comments from people that you weren't planning on inviting?
Oh,
and is that awkward?
It is. It can be. They're like, so when's your all's date card coming out? And I'm like, oh, yeah, just keep an eye out for it. You know,
Are these people you're never going to invite?
Well,
I'm sorry.
I
mean, where do you cap the list? How
I
many
didn't get your address. I just, you know,
how many people do you think you'll have?
We've been looking at, 20 to 200.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
That's
so it depends on the venue.
It depends on the venue.
Because
I've thought about just taking her, to like Dubai and getting married one night, or we do a big, weekend wedding. So we're checking things out.
Still all up in the air. All right, the next one is: are you changing your name?
Now, a lot of people ask me that. I go, David Sarton. It could happen. Oh wait, you mean her? You mean her? No, but she as a professional, she does look at the value of keeping her last name. And I think we're kind of in a different time. That's a really big struggle for a lot of people to have to go through those life changes to change their names.
And I don't think it's fair of people to, that's a very personal question. It's
right.
like, what do you need to know? And a lot of people, the traditionalists out there would say you have to change your name. You don't love him or whatever. And
right.
I mean, you're going to hyphen it. Why would you do that? Who cares?
So how do you feel about that? Do you think that women are still expected to change your name? Does that bother you if she just keeps it in a professional setting?
What my preference would be for her to be Brandy Goldman. But at the same time, I've also learned that happy wife equals happy life. So if she decides it, I'm going with it.
I like that. Spoken like a good man. Yeah, you need to take notes.
Put it down, people. I'm telling you, this is not one of these battles I want.
You need to keep a journal of stuff that happens, so I know what you're
I know. Eric needs to know. We need to know all these things. The last thing they're saying: stop asking engaged people, when are you having kids? Are you already getting that?
I mean, that is my life. Like, people are like, your mother really needs some grandchildren. I'm like, she has grand dogs right now. I've got
that's
2
not the
pups.
same. We've met your mom. She needs some grandkids. She's a very nice lady.
She is a wild woman, and I think she would love some grandbabies. So, but she's just like, do it when you're ready, and you can take care of them, and I'm not full-time babysitter.
Do you think it's invasive when people are asking you that, or is it nosy or just annoying?
People just, they really come from like a good heart with it. At the same time, I'm in a position a lot of times in like a public view, and they'll be like, "Hey, when are you having kids?" And I'm like, I don't know. We're practicing, but no, no, I'm just joking.
David,
I'm sorry.
This is a family show.
This is the PG show.
Eric, do
I'm
you ever
sorry.
get those questions when do your parents ask you when you're going to settle down and have kids?
Well, now that older brother is married, and
Okay.
then younger sister is also married, and I'm the little boy in the middle.
Yeah, they're wondering.
So there's some pressure, but at the same time, they understand that, you know, career-wise, I've done great things in just 5+
Right.
years in the business. So they're like, you know, do what makes you happy. You know, the time will come. You know, it's not that.
Yeah, I think I'm that way too. I haven't gotten a lot of the pressure from my family yet. I think I have a couple more years.
And I
but-
appreciate it. You know, there's some aunts when I go home for the holidays that might
yeah.
push you a little harder.
They just want to see you with somebody that you care about for the big time, because
Right.
the divorce rate is so crazy. So
Yeah.
they want a good, solid marriage, and then I think they're like, all right, have kids now.
Yeah, we're getting bored.
Yeah.
So we need something to do in
Circle
our
of
older
life, keep it
age.
moving
Oh,
on.
yeah.
Well, speaking of kids, you found something interesting online. This was about parenting tips, right? What'd you find?
It's really that like parenting from back in the day is, it's kind of left out now.
Okay.
So a lot of times, parents are, they're not really disciplining their kids with manners. They're not really giving, to say yes ma'am, no ma'am. In the South, like when I say yes ma'am or no ma'am, that's like, people are like, oh, I'm not old. Don't call me yes sir. And it's
You
like,
get that occasionally.
Right.
but I think it comes from a sign of respect.
Okay.
Use mannerisms and that type of discipline to really bring on, I respect that person. I'm showing them, a courtesy. Would you,
I
do
think
you
so,
guys
too.
use yes ma'am and no ma'am?
Well, I'm a Midwesterner, so for
Right.
me it's a little different. But growing up, it was always Mr. and Mrs. Even my friends' parents now, I
Right.
would not dare call them by their first name.
Yeah, I would say it's not as ingrained in me being from the Midwest, but I would say I do use it more with older people than.
Oh,
than
yeah.
that.
But-
But I wouldn't address adults by their first name growing up. I would call them Mr. or something, but.
And I think the manners thing comes into play too. I think it's a regional thing too.
Right.
When I say have a great day, like I actually mean that. Where
yeah.
some
Yeah,
people,
yeah.
if you were in the Northeast, I know you have New York ties. They'd be like,
I didn't really want to know
"What
how
are you
you are.
talking about, man? I don't care. Get out of my store."
Yeah.
No, if you talk to people and you're friendly with them, sometimes outside of this area,
Yeah.
the South, it's like, who are you?
Well, that's
Yeah.
why I love
What do you want
Kentucky
from me?
so much.
What do you want?
Why are you being so
But
fake?
David, you wanted to tell us about some funny things that you said happened in old school parenting
Oh,
that
yeah.
maybe you'll consider now that you're
Oh.
getting married and having kids soon.
Like, if you hold the baby too much, you're spoiling it.
Oh,
You know what I
okay.
mean? Like, that's kind of nuts. Like when they would put their kids to bed, they were going to bed at like 5:30 and
Okay.
expected to sleep all through the night. It's like, why does this baby keep waking up? Then you had chocolate milk is the ultimate health for kids. That's pretty wild.
Big and strong.
You know what I do miss?
Kids
I
love
want
that.
the lard bath. That's what I want to
Wait,
bring
I've
back.
never even
What
heard
is-
of this
oh,
lard bath.
Now,
Did
what
you
does
do that when you were a kid?
accomplish?
I don't know if I did, but I kind of wish I had. Like
Okay.
throw
Just
me
to
in a-
say I did.
Yeah.
And what is this, painting your child's thumb?
I didn't really understand that. I thought that was wild. I was like, these.
So I guess
these
you'll skip
people,
that
I'm gonna
when you
skip
have
that.
kids.
I'm like, all right, fine, keep his thumbs clean. But it's one of those things. But I like holding that baby will spoil him.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's pretty wild.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
like
Kids should skip lunch.
Oh yeah.
Well,
that's-
you tell
crazy
your
tough.
patients to actually have 6 meals a day. You
Yeah,
said, right?
I want our patients eating every 3 hours.
Wow,
Keep
okay.
the metabolism going. But to skip
Okay.
a lunch, that's silliness. Don't comb your baby's hair.
Why? I was born with
I mean, they don't have a lot
beautiful
of it.
hair.
Wow, what happened to it?
This
I've
hair is
lost some of it
luxurious.
in the past couple of years, but yes, I started off with a full head of hair.
It's.
Oh, that's impressive as a baby.
I want my kid to have a comb over. All
comb
right,
over.
maybe a little spike up.
You're gonna look good in your overalls, kid, and yes, you're gonna wear overalls.
I like that.
But that's crazy. The lard bath. We'll have to look that one up and
Yeah.
see what they're actually trying to accomplish.
Yeah, maybe we'll give it a try.
That could get a little nasty.
Yeah.
All right. Well, this is a special treat for you to come hang out with us. This isn't your day-to-day work life.
Right.
But we're glad to have you here.
Of course.
Sometimes,
nice.
though, it gets hard to stay motivated
Yeah.
when it just feels like the grind. We've all
Right.
been there. No matter what your
Yep.
profession is, no matter what you do. I love what I do, but I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes on Thursday, I'm like, why can it not be the weekend? So we have some tips to motivate you, and maybe it'll just make you a better person at work and also outside of work. So take some me time. Now, I think this is kind of easier said than done for some people that have a lot on their plates, but with a busy schedule, it's hard to take time for yourself. During these sessions, you need to focus on what helps you relax. maybe some yoga or something, or even just, it says call a friend or a family member. Can maybe catch up. Number 2, focus on the basics. At the core of a healthy lifestyle, eating nutritious food, exercising, focus on your mental clarity. It's common for people to compromise one of these things on their list. Number 3, simplify whenever possible. I think that's another one that's like, well, if I could, I would, but just try and make things a little bit easier on yourself. Help yourself relax. Do yourself a favor. Do something that you enjoy. You know, step away from all this fun we have.
I want to know that. What are you guys'? What's your simple pleasure when you get home from work that helps you relax?
Well, I'm always like,
golf,
yeah, we're going
motorcycle?
right to the gym, and then I kind of sink into the couch for a little bit, especially during the winter. But in the summer, I'm a big fan of just reading at the pool. That is one of my just clearest moments, just cracking a book by the pool, working on the tan. Golf gets a little frustrating for me from time to time.
Yeah. What about you, David?
For me, it's come home and just clean the house and take care of. No, you know.
I was like husband material.
Spoken like a sucking up fiance.
It's, you know, but it's really like we're in a new place, so like as soon as I get home, I like to look at the rooms and be like, okay, what can we do with this room? And you know, kind of being creative, play guitar and stuff like that. So I like doing a little jam sesh.
Little brain workout,
you know,
too.
just chilling and having fun.
Yeah, I like to do that too when I get home. I like to just relax, do some reading, maybe take a bath before I go to bed. Glass of wine.
But I think there's a direct reflection to, you know, your mental stability going into work and coming. I mean, you have to balance it out somehow.
I agree.
I mean, sometimes, you know, things get stressful here.
Again, you two are single, and you're not coming home to, you know, significant other kids just being like, hey, hey.
Right, so we got to milk it while we can.
And I try to as much as possible.
Well, speaking of who you're coming home to, I saw this on BuzzFeed today, and this was an article in the UK, but they said 1 in 4 people in their late 20s and early 30s live at home with their parents. And I kind of wanted to get your guys' take on this. Like, how old is too old to be living with your parents? Now, a lot of these are situations where you haven't always been with your parents. Maybe you're going through a career change and you've come home to save money. How long do you think it's appropriate to be there? Can you be 30 and living with your parents? What do you think?
I think it's a different world today. Like with
I think so,
expenses,
too.
like if you're able to save and like, you know, school debt is wild.
Yeah.
You know, if you are starting a family, then you're usually like, get me out of here because I can't handle all these people. But I think living with your parents is great. It's some valuable time also.
I would totally do it if my parents lived here or family members.
Good.
I mean,
I wish I enjoyed it at the time that I did live it.
Yeah.
Like, now I look back, I'm like, wow, I had a good thing going there. You know, you get a couple hot meals every now and again. Sometimes your laundry slipped in with everyone else's.
Well, I think it sounds idyllic now, but I think at my age, if I were back at home, it'd probably be about a month, and I'm ready to be back.
There is still
by
kind of
myself.
like,
I don't know.
I need that. You know that time you were talking about, that me time? Sometimes your mother's like, tell me more, you know.
How about you go rake the leaves for a little bit and pay your rent? But I think I mean, this question, if you asked this 30 years ago, they'd be like, are you crazy? You haven't bought a house yet? And everyone says, you know, us millennials, we're the worst generation. It's like, you don't know what we're dealing with financially.
Yeah, it's different.
I think it used to be the stereotype that if you're in your late 20s, 30s, still living at home, you're a bum or don't have a job. Where now it can be the more responsible thing to do, to save money and like pay off debt, like you said. So I'd live at home if I could.
I think so too.
I'm moving in, Mom.
Make room.
We're all coming. Our family's not here.
The whole Midday Kentucky family is coming.
Oh, and we like to eat.
Yeah, we love to eat.
What's for lunch, Mom? But good conversation today.
Well, how